And we are live. Welcome everybody. My camera is too high. Hello folks. How y'all doing tonight? Priscilla, thank you for the follow and just welcome to everybody. Who here made it? Sora, Siphon, Moonlit, Rose, Knife, Pyro, Victoria, Wen, Camped, Moonlit, Mechtel. Hope I didn't miss anybody. Hey y'all. Y'all are breaking the stream streaks because my stream crashed. It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully my stream shouldn't crash anymore, because I turned off the thing that I think caused it. Piss Yellow Crocs, thank you for the follow. What a name. Check out this kitty. His legs are outside. He does not care for rules. He sleeps however he wants. Scrum Bizzle, thank you for the follow too. We love a good cat cam here. Look at him. Anyway. How are y'all doing, everybody? Like to all the new folks. I don't know if you guys saw the butterfly really blew up on Twitter. That was pretty incredible. I don't think I've had a post blow up so much since possibly pre-Elon, which says a lot of the site's decline. Yeah, that was pretty impressive to see. A kitty who fights the system. Beds are no boundary for him. Butterfly is amazing since it feels weirdly plausible. Yeah, I always try for weirdly plausible. Also, I know I was working on this earlier today. I set up a little collection on my website where you guys can see all the speculative biology things I've made. I'm gonna show you guys. Hold on, let me jump into browser. If you go to my site, I'm gonna post a link in a second. I don't know why this header is showing up, shouldn't for you. Go to bestiary here, or later on if this gets lost, you can go to collections and you see all my collections. There's a medical horror one that has been there for a while, and it does have a lot of the same stuff as because a lot of the medical horror things are just like weird parasites. So a lot of them like cross pretty well into this one, which is a speculative biology one. I call it this bestiary because that is, you know, like old medieval scholars would. I'm gonna post a link in chat. It should be right here. Old medieval scholars would make these bestiaries, these books of all the animals that exist in the world. They were trying to, you know, do some early zoology essentially, but they would mix in real animals with folklore creatures and just like stuff from legends. So it is, you know, I thought it was a good name for the kind of stuff I do. It's fake real animals. So yeah, name them all after the scientific name. I came up with a scientific name for the bloodmark tree because I figured it didn't have one. The only one that doesn't have a scientific name is where is it? The biogeodes, because they're not scientifically classified yet. So that one doesn't have a scientific name. It's just biogeodes. I used to read Monster Guides as a kid. That's kind of the vibe I want to give with this. Eventually, one day, I want to make a book that's kind of a fake biology book that goes into all these species. Some of the more folklore ones, like the mermaids, for example, it could really fit in there too. But yeah, if you want to see it, there is a link in the chat, and you can catch up with maybe some art that you haven't seen yet. There's quite a few. I don't know, just scrolling down. The images are big, but it's quite a few, and you're likely to not have seen some of them. Wait a minute, what went viral? The butterfly. Spec Bio stuff is some of your favorite among my art. Thank you. The wasp in the brain. That's one of my own favorites because I just really love that. Like the thing that creeps me out the most, I think, is like loss of control or loss of agency. So to me, something that literally starts slowly taking over your brain and essentially like Ship of Theseus is it. It's like slowly eating your brain and imitating its patterns until your brain is not even there anymore. Like, at what point are you dead? I don't know. It just raises a lot of interesting questions, right? I love that piece. What would you say are my biggest influences? Also, hi Scrum. And hi Christine. What are my biggest influences? I would say early creepypasta, like the Slenderman era of creepypasta is big inspiration on like how I tell stories. Junji Ito is really inspires me, like the specific concepts like within my stories and like the ideas. I don't know, and maybe it depends on like which section of my art you'd ask about. Like for example, this one, this like speculative biology stuff, it's very heavily inspired in nature videos that I watch. I really enjoy watching like I don't know, a lot of YouTube channels that just cover nature things. You know, like, oh, that's a cool animal, right? I can do something based on that. So yeah, if you want some, Z Frank is really funny and actually has some like really good biology information. Deep Look is really good. It has some beautiful macro video. Ant Lab is amazing if you like insects. A lot of really good slow-mo footage of like insects flying and just like a lot of biology behind it. Yeah, those are some good inspos in the biology stuff. But if you want to know about other sections of my art that were different, I inspire your art. Oh, thank you so much. I always appreciate that so much. Journey to the Microcosmos. It's decent, pretty and vibey. I'm gonna check that out. Alright, so today we're not working on anything related to speculative biology or anything like that. We are continuing my Fractal series. And I guess there's some new folks. So as I usually do on my Fractal, on my streams where I work on the Fractal series, we'll start with a little recap. How about that? I'm on my website already, so I'll just open the Fractal page and I can show y'all. So let's go through memory lane. Let's go back through the Fractal series. I started this back in, okay, so this first image was made back in 2021, but it wasn't until 2022 that I turned it into a series. Initially, it was just like a one-off type of deal. Okay, but it starts with that, and then essentially continues. Okay, our timeline starts July 23rd, 2006. And the ship MV Cougar Ace capsizes, and an unidentified liquid starts leaking into the water and starts forming a strange Mandelbrot fractal shape. First thing we see is in the following months, just like the fish in the area start coming out weird, but it's just a bit of a novelty / ecological disaster. Nothing world-ending yet, but we move on to September when there's a hurricane that starts approaching the US East Coast, as hurricanes tend to do. But this one has a strange shape, has a strange fractal pattern on its edges. They call it Hurricane Julia. There's a reference to the Julia set, which is one of the most well-known fractals. And you know, this fractal is a Julia set, a variant of it. You just got a notification that your Fractal Juice shirt shipped? Hell yeah. Thank you for getting it. fractalized Bill cipher. That would just be Sierpinski triangle. We got a Sierpinski triangle coming up for today. Thank you, Suzo. Uzumaki with fractals instead of spirals. Yeah, Uzumaki's a great inspiration. It's a big inspiration for this. Okay, so hurricane drops in, hits the US East Coast. Strange fractal patterns and iridescence cannot be explained by meteorologists. Organisms put in contact with it would begin developing odd symptoms in the following days. We get the hurricane, sort of the aftermath with the glowing fractal clouds in the sky, and we get the butterfly with a little bit of fractalization going on its wings. Actually got this physically. A model of this butterfly. It's actually I haven't it's like protected still because I want to put it behind me on the stream thing and the stream background when I put the shelves, which I have yet to put up. I'll put them one of these days, and you'll see this, the physical version of this. Okay, we continue. Third part. As the fractal spreads throughout the atmosphere, its effects first start to be seen in nature, from plants to flocks of birds. The patterns would infect anything they touched, changing their growth and behavior. The longer the contact, the stronger the effects. We got the fractal flower. You might have seen this at the beginning of the stream. That was the time lapse that was showing up. We get a fractal flock of birds. And we got a fractal spider making a fractal spider web. So obviously we first start seeing it in animals that grow quicker. One of the things about the fractal in this story is that it affects things at the rate that they would grow at naturally. So if it hits a mountain, it's going to affect it, but over millions of years as like sediments and like rivers form, sedimentary action takes place, and like new mountains are formed, that those will take a fractal shape, but you won't see that until millions, tens of millions of years. But in an animal that grows in a few weeks, you will see it really quickly, and you'll see how that affects humans really soon. Fractalize a DNA strand. That'll be fun. Uzumaki anime drops in like 2 days? No fucking way. I'd completely forgotten that it was coming this soon. I thought it was still on the horizon. Okay. December 2006, we're gonna start seeing humans. The first sign of fractal infection appears in humans. Strains of Rothia dentocariosa, a bacteria otherwise normal in the mouth microbiome, start growing in strange patterns. The rapid spread would prove hard to control with antibiotics. Basically, you just get a normal bacteria in your mouth that, you know, wouldn't do anything strange normally, but it starts growing out of control because it is very fractalized and it's starting to create these fractal patterns, and in order to do so, it just needs to multiply and multiply. So a normal bacteria becomes infectious. But obviously we start seeing this before like direct effects on humans, because that is, you know, the bacteria grows much faster. So we see the effects in humans a bit later. We are 2007 already. It's been a year since the fractal first hits. And the fractal syndrome is defined as a new entity by the World Health Organization. First symptoms appear in growth areas such as the skin, nails, and intestinal lining. So the faster your cells multiply, the faster that area will be affected. But it slowly spreads to the iris, teeth, and eventually limbs. Transmission occurs through unknown mechanisms. No treatment exists. So we start getting like, first it's small things, right? Eventually your teeth start growing in fractal patterns. Or your nails start growing in strange ways. When the fractal syndrome eventually takes hold in the brain, strange behaviors start to occur. Though the changes are unconscious at first, they are visible when crowds spontaneously form into self-repeating patterns. Children start showing fractal conduct earlier than adults. So now we get an MRI of the brain, and you see how, you know, this would be the normal part of the brain. There's like a couple bits of the brain that are getting fractalized. And it's essentially making your brain hyper wrinkly which sounds good on the surface, but you'll see how it starts affecting people really soon. Start seeing fractal conducts just like the birds before. We get the humans forming in a Julia pattern, and children start obsessively doing hopscotch in fractal ways. But we jump into 2009. It's been 3 years since the first introduction of the fractal. It's had time to stew in people's brains. And the fractal communion is established as a major religion as their numbers explode in the millions. The congregants voluntarily expose themselves to Hausdorff D2.5, which we now know by name, is the substance causing the fractal syndrome. They see it as an elixir capable of miracles, such as curing blindness. So here we have a congregation worshipping a giant fractal statue, and someone applying what we have called the fractal juice into a person's eye. They look blind here, and you can see their eye. The main eye still looks blind, but through fractalizing this part of the body, they have managed to multiply their eyes, and these new eyes that are forming, they're new, right? So they're not blind, they can see. This person has essentially, like, it is by their own, they consider it a miracle. I would consider it pretty miraculous as well. This person was blind and now they can see. That's a pretty classic type of miracle. The fractal juice. What if we drink the fractal juice and kiss each one of our 13,000 mouths? So that's what starts happening. July 23rd, 2011. I believe July 23rd is, yes, it is the anniversary of the ship capsizing, of the introduction of the fractal to the world. So it's a pretty well chosen date for this group. There is a group within this strange church that is known as the Branch. Let's read. July 23rd, 2011. Hausdorff D2.5, the Fractal, is released as a vapor over major cities in synchronized attacks. As it rains down, it coats every surface. The attacks are planned by a radical religious collective known as the Branch. Tens of millions fall to the Fractal. So, this group has decided, waiting for people to voluntarily expose themselves to the Fractal is too slow. We're going to literally just drop it over every major city and fractalize everybody. This is one person already very fractalized, as you can see. It's been years. It's already 2011. We've jumped from 2009 to 2011 here in this timeline. People are already pretty majorly fractalized. And the way this works is it starts affecting your brain, right? But it's making it wrinklier, and what this probably feels like to the person experiencing it is like your mind literally opens up. So it is natural that it would feel like a religious experience, like a religious revelation of sorts to a lot of people. And this would lead to the creation of that religion that worships the fractal and says it's like, a salvation for humanity or some sort of god, and they want to spread that, just like evangelical Christians want to spread Christianity everywhere, forcefully or not. And these people have taken the forceful approach. Bayer, thank you so much for the follow. They feel smarter, but they are not smarter. A fractal bioweapon, exactly. They're starting to use it as a bioweapon. The thing where you create 2 complete spheres out of 1? No, I have not seen it. It requires the idea of infinitely rough. Oh, kind of like fractals. Brain wrinkles correlate with intelligence. Yes, but it's not the only thing you need for intelligence. If your brain is all wrinkles and no actual white matter, the wrinkles don't communicate with each other very well. So you actually, you need both. If your brain is all wrinkles, maybe these people I think would feel really smart, but they would slowly degrade. Their brains are slowly degrading over time. So yeah, this religious collective, the branch. You can see them here releasing the fractal. They're saying baptism for everyone, freedom of religion, and here's their logo. It's the Vitruvian man, but fractalized. And here we have, I think this is Toronto, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's the spire. And there's a bunch of like vapor rising over the city. We jump forward a little bit again. As major population centers across the world are affected by the fractal, authorities react by quarantining entire cities to avoid its spread. The struggle escalates into riots and open conflict against government forces. The fractal is used as a weapon by the besieged fighters. So essentially, they're trying to quarantine this thing. They can't. They're like, suddenly like a bunch of major cities are being affected by this, and they want to slow down the spread of the fractal. So they start, just like going forceful, and people start fighting back. And the people are fractalized anyway. Like, they're already affected. Look at this person, for example, which is growing a second head. They're already affected, so like they don't fucking care. They start releasing the fractal against, like, you can see the fractals in the smoke here, being deployed against the riot police. Would it act like a prion? Kinda. Okay, so this is like the end of the series for now, but I have the rest of it planned out, written out, and we just need images for it, basically, which is the hard bit. The fractal would act. Okay, so I'm not going to mention this at any point in the series, because I think it's best to leave that to the imagination, but the way it works in my head, and you could interpret, like, make your own alternative interpretation. This is just like the way I'm thinking about it to create the series. But the fractal would, it's like a sort of, kind of like a prion, yeah, it's like a particle that does not exist in either 2 or 3 dimensions. It exists somewhere in between. It's actually called Hausdorff D2.5 because its Hausdorff dimension, that's what the D stands for, is a 2.5. It is not 2 or 3 dimensions. It is in between. So what it does is when it comes in contact with other things, it pulls them into that like semi-dimensional space. It essentially turns things into real-life fractals, where they're not quite like in either dimension. So it basically acts like a prion. It creates more of itself in this way. Like these new particles that are now affected, that have this sort of half dimension removed from them, they start, affecting the particle, the molecules and stuff next to each other. So it's just a continuous cycle. Play Minecraft while watching this. You're retreating into the blocky worlds from our perfect, infinitely complex, fractalized universe. I'm Bean. Ooh, you're so sleepy. Okay, so we have gone through the full Fractal series as far as it's been published, but we got more. And this thing you got on screen is what's going to happen next in the series. The fighting is dying down, and because, at some point it becomes futile. Like, you literally can't stop the spread of the fractal. They have used it as a sort of chemical weapon in different ways. It is spread throughout the atmosphere, and at this point, everything's, that it's too late. Like, humanity has essentially doomed itself. It's already the end of humanity. We're just like ticking the clock until the fractal kills everybody, right? So this is sort of the calm after the storm and before inevitable destruction. Humans, during this short period of time, are affected by the fractal and are still alive. So they all start, because their brains are slowly rotting essentially, slowly getting fractal brain rots. They all start getting together, stopping everything, and single-mindedly building giant fractal sculptures. So that's what their brain is wired to do at this point. They just want to make more fractal. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna work on. And they're doing this using like engineering and shit. Like they're still smart to a degree. Like they still know how to build a giant megastructure, which would be extremely hard. There will be an incredible engineering projects, but they're all single-mindedly doing this. They're all obsessively, to the point where like every other project that humanity is going on is dropped in favor of this. Basil is very upset with you. Took her to a dog park for the first time and she's now upset you didn't bring the 20-some dogs back with us. Aww. I was thinking fractal proteins that had never be able to fully decompose. You could get some weird stuff, yeah. If you think like molecular level, it would get strange. Smith asked, is the fractal bad? Like, does it make you hostile or something? No. I think that's what I like about the fractal. It is not good, bad. It does not have any deeper, like, goals. It simply is. It is a fact of nature. It just exists. It is as evil as a thunderstorm or an earthquake. It is simply a force of nature. Aliens visit folks human fractal apocalypse. You're gonna see that, RGV. You're actually like way out into the end of the series, but the series is gonna end with like a time jump of millions of years into post-human world. The fractal coming in contact with Jupiter with Terry. I think that would destroy Terry, honestly. I think the fractal could beat Terry in this case. Can the fractal only pull physical objects in the fractal dimension, or can it also pull things like space-time? I'm thinking more like space-time. Like it's straight up like bending space around it in a way. It's changing the dimensions around it. I assume that would twist space-time in weird ways. Think about it, it's still a physical thing. You would need, like, at some point the entire Earth is gonna be fractalized, but as long as no matter from the Earth, no fractalized matter leaves the planets, it's contained. Like the whole universe won't get fractalized. Maybe very slowly, like one day an asteroid hits the Earth, a little bit of fractalized particles escape, like reach escape velocity, and they make it out into like whatever other planet or the sun, or like it, and then that way it could slowly spread, but it would be a very slow spread. And that's maybe how it got to Earth. We don't know. It is unknown. It is only known it came in a ship. So somebody was holding some fractalized particle somewhere, and the ship accident sort of put it in contact with everything else. Maybe it was made in a lab. Do you think the fractalization would cause a mass extinction event of all multicellular animal life? Everything with a brain? No. We're gonna see post Fractal Earth. Do you guys want spoilers? I guess I'm gonna show you what I got for the rest of the series, because I got some images, I just don't have all of them. Okay, this is the first one for Fractal Megastructures. This is the second one. We made this a few months ago on stream. We got people building up close, and down out in the distance we got more megastructures. Then the next part is again going to delve into the more medical horror bits. And we're going to see the fractal eye person from a while ago. This is a mock-up. I want to redo this, essentially, but this is kind of what I want it to look like. The fractal eye is essentially spread and it's taken over their entire face. So it did cure their blindness, and you can still see the blind eye at the center, but it is now destroying them entirely. So I want one part of the fractal series after this megastructure one to essentially go back and see some of the fractal people we've seen, like maybe this one, the person who's growing fractal teeth, maybe can have like the entire mouth essentially fused with teeth. And another one I still don't know. I'm doing 3 images per part of the fractal series, all of them except for the first part, which, you know, was not part of the series yet. But every part I wanted to have 3 images just to keep the same rhythm. So yeah, we're gonna go back onto the medical horror bit of it to see how, because we've seen how it's affected the world for a bit, how it's affected society. We're now like gonna zoom in and see how it's affecting humans. And eventually, I'm gonna get the next part after that is gonna be kind of the ruins of human civilization, essentially telling you like humans have essentially died out. All of them have succumbed to the fractal in one way or another. This person grew faces on their face, on their face, on their face, until eventually, like, you can assume their brain got crushed or something. And a little fractal flower is growing from the crack. And some fractal juice is pouring out, of course. Was a ship incident even inevitable? Because if it was a tank, wouldn't the tank fractalize and break anyway? It would possibly take just an extremely long time. We can assume that the fractal, whatever was carrying the fractal substance in there, was probably like a pretty stable container. Like whoever created or found it had some idea of how to contain it, but it spilled out into the water, and once it's in the water, you're like fucked essentially. Would it affect the gravity on Earth? Would it warp? The mesh is no longer a parabolic curve, but a Mandelbrot. That would be wild. I don't know enough about physics to figure that out. But if someone does, please let me know. Hey Jamperwick, thank you so much. Welling with joy at the mention of medical horror. The fractal lobotomy moments, basically. Yo, dog, I heard you like things on your things on your things, so I put things on your things. Oh my god, classic meme. At what point was this full destruction inevitable? I feel like the moment it got into the ocean, you pretty much can't stop it. There could have been ways that humanity could have lived, but fractalization was sort of inevitable, I feel like. But yeah, humanity sort of destroyed itself throughout the process. Because life survives. Life is gonna adapt. You like the fractal? Would you embrace it? Or would you fight it? Could have still been contained at some point after the spill, or was that it? I feel like at the moment of the spill, like, how can you get all the fractalized water, right? At some point, I feel like it's impossible. Okay, so we see essentially the destruction of humanity, and that feels like the finality, the last part, but there's actually one part after this, where we jump from the death of humanity, we jump millions of years into the future, and we see nature still there, still making it. I get some like nice vistas of mountains that have now formed with a bunch of weird, chaotic fractal shapes. And trees is still there. Obviously, trees were already fractal, so it doesn't change them, like depending on the plants. But pine trees are already like essentially fractals, so the trees are fine. I'm probably gonna put some birds on this one, and have again like the fractal shape on the birds, just to call back to the first one. And I got a second picture for the post-human Earth, and it is fractal fish once again. We also got fractal lily pads, where they're all bunched together in little circles like this. But yeah, we got fractal fish, and if you remember, the very first fractal fish was this poor, like grotesque, deformed thing that couldn't have swum in any way. Just a poor being. But millions of years into the future, fish that did survive, and these you can see are koi fish, or descended from koi fish, and they're now these graceful beings that are just like little Mandelbrots, and they're fine. They made it. So life makes it. We don't. Because we fucked up. It's kind of the message. Like with a lot of apocalyptic scenarios, I just probably off myself. That's a smart choice, honestly, in a lot of these. Anything humans could have done after being infected by the fractal that could have kept them alive? I feel like given enough time, and if the introduction of the fractal was slow enough, you could have like people with adaptations that could have survived. They just, you know, we just happened to kill each other. Did that guy who had the fish get infected? Probably. We never see him in the series again, but he was right there next to the fractal spill, so it was probably pretty early in the fractal infections. I don't think he drank any of it, but he probably got enough on himself that it affected him eventually. If I see a single zombie, I'm gonna start eating lead. No survival instinct in you. Anyway, that's what we got for the Fractal series. As you can see, I got it all planned out until the very end, but the hard part is making all the images, which I haven't had as much time as I wanted for that. But yeah, for the next part in the series, which is the megastructures, we already got 2. And for the third one, I'm still not exactly convinced of what to make. Like, I know what's happening in the series at all these points, as you can see, but I don't know the specific pictures for a lot of them. So, yeah, this one is kind of the main, this one we see in the background is kind of the main central focus image of this part of the series. And I want another one. I usually have a sort of like vertical one to be the focus, and then 2 horizontal ones to be to accompany it. So this one will be one of those horizontal ones. You can see these people have some extra arms, but they're not too visible. They have masks and gloves on, so we don't get too much fractalization here. Make my cat into a fractal? No, poor Bean. He don't deserve it. Pro tip, if you suspect you might be living in a Valdevia art piece, never become a fisherman. Yes, that's true. Hey Bean, where are you going? Oh, okay. He just flopped right here. Hold on. He just plopped right there. What are you staying there, Bean? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to... Hold on. Bean, you make it really hard to keep this webcam up. There's the bean. Still hard to see. Well, it's a bean in the dark. Dark bean. Can't get a light to point to him. Because the light is like right behind him, so he's like looking away from it. Anyway. You get a slightly bean-shaped shadow in the bean cam. Val has it out for Fisherman. I love Fisherman finding fucked up things. Every series, okay, this is a segue, but every series that has multiple parts that I've done. Oh, Bean. Oh, I set up the camera for you and now you're leaving. Okay, okay. I see how it is. This guy, for real. Okay, hold on. Oh, sorry about the mic. B makes it so hard. It's a full challenge to keep this guy on camera. There we go. Okay, as I was saying, every main series I've done has at least one picture of a fisherman finding something fucked up. At first it was kind of a coincidence, but then I started making it intentionally. The Fractal obviously starts with fishermen finding something fucked up. Megalomorpha has an entire part of the series about a fisherman finding something fucked up and becoming obsessed with it. And eventually fusing with it. Spoilers. And the Shipetotech series, of course, has a part with a fisherman dragging just lumps of meats from the ocean. And that's how we know that Shipetotech is taking over the Earth. Oh. Bean, you will someday find a comfortable position. I hope. Did you hear the bean meow? Oh, I didn't think that one was gonna show up on the mic. Show the solution. We all get together and kill Val. That way my stuff doesn't come to life. You never know. Maybe killing me is what makes all my art come to life. Dead man switch. Not stronger than the urge to obsess over weird things. I get that guy and his weird bug. Exactly. See, you get it, Priscilla. Did you have a traumatic fishing trip growing up? Actually, I've never been fishing. Strangely enough. I just love the trope, okay? We got mermaids. Does this one count? They're not fishermen. It's just a fucked up thing in the coast. So this one's a What else? Do I have any other fishermen? I'm trying to think. I should have some like medical horror related to fishermen. Fisherman folklore, maybe. I guess this one counts as fisherman. Oh wait, I do have the Fiji mermaid, which is more of a funny one, and it's also a mermaid. And I have the fan art I made for Dredge, which is the horror fishing game. Made that, when was it? Last year. There it is. And this one's a child. Child fisherman. Which one wins first, Shipetotec or Fractal? Shipetotec, I feel, takes over the Earth much faster than the Fractal in its story, so I'd say that the meat wins. Maybe the meat makes an uneasy alliance with the Fractal, and they both take over. You will defend Val with violence. Thank you, thank you. Goons, attack! I imagine there's some fisherman conspiracists that are just connecting the dots and living in fear. Yeah. Women fear me. Fishermen fear me. Fish fear me. Everyone fears me. You play as a fisherman and keep pulling out weird shit. That's exactly a Dredge. You should play Dredge. Fun game. It's just a fishing game. Like the classic type fishing game with the fishing mini game and stuff. And you're going around these islands and picking up strange fish like this. And you fish it. If you fish at night, you get different kinds of fish. They're more valuable, but you also slowly go insane and start seeing visions or like actually getting chased by monsters. Great game, really fun. I actually have I should get the DLC and we can play that on stream one day. Because the DLC came out a few weeks ago, I feel like, a month ago. Well, series around the glitch. The glitch was fun. I don't know if I could do that much more around it. For those that don't know, the glitch series or mini collection, it's 4 images, is just like the idea that a glitch happens in real life and it affects for a few seconds the laws of physics kind of break and speed just becomes incredibly, like, normal speeds just become incredibly large during a few seconds. So we have the broken sign, the person on the bike, and the bike just went past them. We get a bird going supersonic, and we get gravity getting fucked up as well, and like an entire lake getting lifted up into bubbles like it was in space. And you can then imagine it crashing back down. Parts of the burning ship fractal looks like crazy buildings like cathedrals. I've thought about burning ship fractals, but I feel like they're too chaotic looking. People don't know that it's a fractal. It's not like very intuitively fractal looking. As fun as it looks. Who wins, Fractal or Eldritch Bean? Bean always wins. He's immune to everything. Immune to all harm. Aren't you, little guy? Yes. Oh shit. Your claws are extremely sharp, dude. If you violence someone for Val, you can take pics of the violence and feed it to Val's horror to accelerate the end. Hell yeah. Another fucked up mood board. I keep making mood boards these days. The captive god. He's not captive. He can leave anytime he wants. He just loves me very much. Okay. Let's actually get to the edits. We've been yapping for an hour. Okay, so for the third picture in the fractal megastructure, the idea I sort of had, and I started just looking for pictures. I wanted pictures of people lining up, or crowds or something. It's like some sort of queue, and they're all going towards a big uh, fractal megastructure that's like cut off in the distance. I got googly eyes immediately. Actually, this one already had googly eyes because I started it on stream. So let's give googlies to someone else. I don't know if I use this picture specifically, but actually nobody. Oh, this person can get a little googlied. Everyone in the crowd is googly, you just don't see it. Fractal DMV. The glitch affecting an Olympic race. The racers go supersonic. They just crash against the end of the arena and turn into fine red mist. Okay, so this is just like the best picture of people queuing that I could find. We got monks as well. This one's really, really fun because they're all carrying something. And I want this to feel like everybody's collaborating. You know, it's not all the engineers building these fractal megastructures. Literally everybody's just bringing materials. They're all single-mindedly doing this. So, yeah, the general idea I want for this is, I think I drew, yeah. I drew a really shit thing, but like between the people here, we can see that they're sort of carrying metal beams and tools and stuff like that. They're just carrying all over. So what we want is a background for this. I think a street, and then at the end of the street, like the street specifically. Bean, you're gonna make it hard today because he's on my tablet right now, so I can only use my mouse until he decides to move. The glitch just sucks your sandwich back out of your mouth. I was actually thinking of doing a clip for the glitch thing, but we ended up not going for that, I think, because I didn't like that piece. But yeah, the piece I had was like a person's legs clipping through the ceiling down one floor. But just didn't match with the others, with the fact of like laws of physics breaking. But yeah, let's see. We want a street that more or less follows this direction, so we can see like the end of the street, and we can make the queue go infinitely longer, and out at the end, like in the very distance, covering this corner and not much more, like we just get a little glimpse of it, is the corner of another megastructure. Goodbye, honey. I'm going to the towers with my sacrificial aluminum triangular structure. Exactly. So, let's start by searching for streets, because that's sort of what we need right now. Rin, thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Okay, so we want a big city street. That more or less follows like this angle here. Like the one in the base pic is just not very interesting. It's just trees in the background. You can see a little bit of buildings, but I would like something better than just trees. Maybe we can get a bit of a building from here. Not the best, but these couple buildings could be used. If we don't find anything better. Okay, big New York street looks like. It's not the right angle, but get like the buildings and they end here and we get a corner of the megastructure. So it could work in that sense. But these buildings are very tall compared to the others, so. This looks very samey, like office buildings or some boring residential area, but it does have the angle, so. Not very interesting looking though. Not very organic looking streets. This really looks like Las Palmas. Like scarily. Yeah, I think this is the city I live in. A very specific corner of it. It might just look really similar. I want to see what this sign says, if it's Spanish. Something de Ocesana. So yeah, it is Spanish. I am 90% sure this is like the center, historical center of Las Palmas de Gran Canaria. Which is really funny to just find on a random stock site, you know? Doxing myself. I live in a big city. Like, good luck finding me in Las Palmas. It's like 400,000 people. I bet you live on Earth. No way. How did you know? Get out of my head. Is that a challenge? No. Don't actually do that. It would not be funny, but no, this street is too small. Need a big street. But it is established knowledge that I live in Las Palmas. This could work. Hold on, let's actually put it behind. No, the angle is wacky. Maybe if we cut this off, put a little bit of a fractal structure there. Yeah, no, that could work, that could work. I was not seeing it, but I do now. See, the problem with looking for pictures of streets like we are is that most of them are taken from like the center of the streets, which is like, you know, from the middle of the road, which is not what we want. We kind of want a little bit of the picture. It's kind of center, but a little bit to the side, if that makes sense. Which is not a really natural angle for street photographers to take photos of streets. So we're just kind of hoping for someone to have done this kind of angle in a street that works for us too. So yeah, here's hoping. There might be a bunch of Val clones. Yeah, I just put them out for distraction. In case someone is searching for me. You know how it is. Keep yourself safe. I thought you lived in a void dimension. Yeah, I live in the white void with a black square, 2 black squares. And a cat. Hello, Bean. Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Ooh. What? What is it, Bean? Wow. Wiggling the boy. I'm wiggling the boy. Hello? Fractal forehead kiss. Mm. Get wiggled. Get wiggled, idiot. Mm. You're not an idiot. You're a smart boy. Meow. You not like my wiggling? Oh. No, I think I just woke him up. And he wants some attention. What is it, little man? Oh, there he is. Teach Bean a trick? Let's see. Bean? Are you up for tricks? He just woke up, so I might not be too receptive. I'm gonna jump, okay, Bean? Okay. Watch this. Watch this. Let's see if he does it. Yay, he did. Good job. Here, you got a treat, but up here. Good boy. Is Beans pause a fractal? Maybe. That's why he's immune to it. He's getting all the treat dust off my fingers before I continue working. Very important part of the ritual. Clean up my fingers. Thank you, Bean. Really kind of you. Okay. Looking for streets. Oh, this one with like construction site on the side. It's pretty nice. Maybe for just like the background, not necessarily for the like the floor and stuff, but just as a background. Give Fractal Bill enough arms. No, I think that means you need to put some more, just a couple more. With the Fractal, you're never done. Oh, it'd be fun to find one that looks like a rainy day like this. Like this, but without the glass. So we're looking at all these people like out in the rain doing this, which really would sell the desperation bit. Melvin, thank you for the follow. So yeah, rainy street might be cool. Oh, bye Bean. Oh, look at him. That corner in the background is a Bean's toy trove. Did you think I'm messy? No, it's just Bean being messy. Look, he's gonna bring me. My boy, bring it to me. Come on. You see that hair tie that I picked up? That hair tie is the. Oh yeah, he's gonna bring it. Jump up. Come on, Bean. Sometimes he has trouble keeping it in his mouth. Thank you! He brought it to me. Okay, now like actually give it to me. Don't keep it away. Bring it to me. Yeah, push it up. Push it. Push it to me. Come on, you got this? Okay, I'll take that. Thank you. Good boy! You're so smart. He plays fetch. So that's his sign. If it just spontaneously brings me the hair tie, that means he wants to play some fetch. So let's see. I'm gonna throw it behind there. I'll see. Go. Oh, is that it? Am I gonna pick it up? At least he went to it. Usually he'll bring it a couple times. We'll see if he does. I'll keep bean cam uh, there. No, it's too far. Too far to the. I wish I could rotate my camera. That's always annoying. Oh, you can see it off to the corner there. He's just scratching himself. Did you forget about it? Maybe he lost it. Sometimes when the hair tie is like really close to him, he will not see it because cats don't have really good vision up close. I love that it's an ongoing thing for him to bring you this specific hair tie. Yeah, I just thought him. Oh, he's bringing it. I think he's bringing it. I just thought him with that hair tie. Oh, he brought it. Thank you, Bean. You are the smartest man in the world. Are you not? Okay, let's see. Now he actually needs to give it to me, which is what I'm trying to teach him. And he has a little bit of a hard time getting that he needs to like put it in my hand or like at least make it approach my hands. Eventually the goal is that he'll literally just bring it to me, but for now he doesn't quite get the sequence of events. He just kind of gets it, and there you go, he brought it to me. Very good. He's starting to get that he needs to... Ouch, he bit me. He was so eager for his treat that he bit me a bit. So... Here, get the dust. Right now what he does is he brings it up on the table, and then he starts pawing it a little bit and like biting it and releasing it because he doesn't know the specific thing that'll make me give him the treats. So he's trying to like brute force it. And he hasn't connected yet that it's like, well, he's starting to connect that it is like making it approach me, like bringing it to me. So hopefully eventually he'll just drop all the act of like putting it down and moving it around until it gets to me, and hopefully just like bring it to me eventually. But you can literally see his brain at work. It's so cool. Bean, you gonna go for another one? So you see, he plays fetch, but at his own rhythm. Oh, yeah. To push his ass a little bit. Like, go, dude. Do your thing. He's picking it up. Sometimes he has a little trouble just getting it to stick in his mouth, so he has to pick it up a couple times. Oh, now he's just like moving it around on the floor. You gotta get up here, dude. No, I appreciate the effort, but it's gotta be up here. No? You're gonna lose it on the black rug. No, you lost it. It's like... he thought I was calling him, so he forgot about the hair tie. Boop, 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 boop. Did you bring it to me this time? Yeah, very good. Oh, Well, he's spending some time with it, just getting to know it before bringing it up. We'll see if he does. Oh, hello! That was quick. Very good. Now give it to me. See, you just pause it around. It's so cute. Oh, you're getting it. You're slowly getting it. You just have to do like a whole turn for some reason. Come on, give it to me. I'll, I'll accept that. You're learning. You're learning. Your brain is literally growing larger every day. Okay. You can go get it if you want. No? Go get it. No? Okay. I guess that's the end of the fetch game. It's like, I am satisfied. I have fetched for you enough times. Why do you want it again? Why do you keep throwing it away and bringing it to you, dude? Thank you, Bean. I appreciate all the effort. You're literally growing smarter every single second. Oh, 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 careful. You just plop it down here. Kind of a weird angle, but I can't move it further, so there we go. Got a long bean. Okay, now let's actually see what we can do with the pictures we got. Street photos, DMs. Oh, you got a snowy one. Good work. Hold on, let me open them real quick. I got some nice industrial hallways. That might work as well. And that can be a good backup. I'm gonna download a few images. I'm just not showing them because I don't wanna dox camped here. But you will see them in a second. Okay. Don't want another massage incident. True, true. Who knows when you could get a massage incident. For those that don't know, I once was just looking for pictures. I can't show you the actual picture because you'll see real soon. I was looking for pictures in this thing, and I was looking for pictures of people's backs. So what I was making ended up being this piece here for the spine barnacle. So right, I was looking for pictures of people's backs so I could use it for this. And while I was scrolling through, there was a picture of someone getting a massage. And you know, in the angle they were in, you could see their back and you can see their armpit a little bit. And there was a person's hand like right over the armpit, kind of doing the massage. But to an AI trained to look for sexual images, that really looked like a pussy being fingered. Like, or about to be fingered. It was like if you just did a quick take on the photo, I could get it too, right? But it got my stream banned. It got my account banned for a week from Twitch. And I was like, obviously when I send this to a human and somebody reviews it, they will see that obviously the picture is fine and that nothing happened, so they will reinstate me, right? Well, I did appeal it, and they did not reinstate me. They kept the ban, and I was like, obviously no person has ever looked at this because it's a really obvious case. So I complained about it on Twitter, and suddenly my ban disappeared. No, I got no communication from anybody. But the moment I fucking complained on Twitter, they probably saw I had followers. They were like, "Oh shit, let's actually look at this case," which is it's ridiculous that you have to like go through those hoops to get support from Twitch to fix the dumb things that their bots made. The Knusi. I showed hardcore shoulder on stream. Hi, Lilith. Oh yeah, it was a great story. Yeah, Discord's NSFW bot is also pretty notoriously bad. Okay, I like this one. Very wintry. There's snow on the ground. It looks miserable to be outside, and people are building the fractal. Trying to find the angle for it. You need to be like on this side of the street. If I just move the people. Okay, so we actually need to be cut like around here. How big is this image? Is it 6,000, 4,000? Yeah, okay, that's my typical size. It's like for a moment I felt like that was too wide. I guess I've been working on like smaller vertical images these days. What's a spaghetti strap one? Okay, how about something like this? We need to fill in this bit of building. I feel like that's not too hard, and we get a nice view like outside here. We can put some structure in the fog. You know, pretty cool. We got one of the googly eyes have to be sacrificed for this, but it is a sacrifice we need to make. We'll pull it out. We'll give this person googly eyes now. Perfect. Okay, so we can just expand this building, and hopefully by mixing these two together, we can find something that's a bit inconspicuous. I don't like this little banner here, but there we go. Goodbye, banner. I'll need to fix up a few areas of the streets. Removing brand names, although I don't think you can see this one very well, but they're not paying me to put their brand on my horror story. If I sell out, I will do it for a lot of money. Bloomingdale's, well, Bloomingdale's, pay up or you fucking leave the edit. Your internet disconnected right now. Oh no. I see you though. Like Bloomingdale's. I don't even know what Bloomingdale's is. Got constructive criticism. Let's see. Let's see what science got for us. Is it, wait, do you have a specific piece? Or just like the last one you posted? Let me know if, because that's just a link to the blog. So let me know if that's there's a specific thing you're looking for criticism on. Various creatures? Okay, let's take a look. We got the humble Ninizonek? I don't know how to pronounce that. Big like softens. That looks like a shrew. That's really cute. What's a softens? Is it a made up thing? Intelligent being. Oh, okay. So they're like intelligent shrews? I love that. Okay, let's see. Let's see what creatures you got. Is this how do you call these in English? Cuttlefish? Mudang inspired cuttlefish. So cute. Bloodsucker rodents. So like are these all in the same world? Are you making a whole like speculative evolution thing? I'd like some context. Pocket Kong. I love the idea of a tiny Kong. Very cute. Oh, it's like a scissor fish? Does it snip like this to kill? That's really good. I think this is my favorite. I like the scissor fish. These are great, the cuttlefish guys. Crabs. And you got some really, really smart, really intelligent designs here. Really good stuff. Honestly, I wish I could give you something more specific on design, but I really like all these creatures. I think they're smartly designed and cool. Are these the intelligent species? Also, they use their little tentacles as hands. That's cool. Anyway, yeah, I'll take a look at more of these after the stream. These are really cool. Can you get constructive criticism redeem on writing too? If it's something short, maybe, but I think otherwise it would just like stop the stream for very long. You can post it on the Discord though, and I'll take a look at it when I got time. Okay, so since we're gonna remove these cars, I think the fact that the perspective is slightly off on the people versus the cars, I don't think that's gonna matter too much, hopefully. But yeah, let's start removing cars. And just keep in mind where the queue is, because we don't need to remove a lot of things like this person. We don't care. Can we get constructive criticism links the entirety of the Hobbit? Just a quick look. Thankfully, we can use bits, like other bits of the picture, to put instead of the cars here, for example. So we can take that. Why aren't people using cars? I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm not in their brains. No, it's simply because it looks more interesting if people are just forming a big queue. That's literally the only reason. Realistically, they're still smart enough. They would know that, you know, you can use way more efficient transports to get stuff to your megastructure while you're building it. But the visual of people just lining up to construct something is creepier, I feel like. It's more primal, right? Like, people are not thinking straight. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out a sort of horizon line here. Or essentially a way to transition from the street with the cars into the unknowable fog in the background. And I feel like we can get the queue in front of this bit and essentially cover it. There's something I wanted to do here. Let me give it a try. So I never used this. I think it's in adjustments. It's match color. Maybe I need the picture to not be a smart object. Let's see. Match color. And the source. Now, can it be a layer? Oh, okay. From Fractal Megastructure 3, the layer is called Ono 3 something. It's this one. It's actually pretty good. Okay, so it's this tool I never use called Match Color, where you can actually choose like a source layer and it'll match the colors of your chosen layer, in this case the queue, to the ones in the source layer. So in this case, since they were really different, I figured, let's try this. And I guess we can change the intensity of the color. If we bring it all the way back to 200, it's It's still not quite there, like it's colder, but it's more intense. Okay, interesting. Then fade, I guess just brings the original back a little bit. So we're gonna fade that in a little to keep some of the original colors. Gotta use this more. See, there's bits of Photoshop I don't even touch, and I could. What fractal music sound like? I don't know what fractal music would sound like. It's interesting. It's interesting. I feel like it would have like a lot of like micro rhythms. Like it would be songs within songs. The tracks and puddles on the road would be fractals. I don't think visibly, no. Your beautiful idiot son just rammed his eyeball right into your finger. Oh, cat. I can imagine them humming the same eerie tune. Yes. Oh yeah, the Fractal song would definitely never end. Okay, the cue ends here because we got a kind of a guy in the middle. We could do something, kind of a cheap trick, but if we repeat the same cue and we continue it this way, essentially like sort of match the sizes of people here. It sort of continues, and it works pretty well, honestly. We can change a few details so it doesn't feel too copy-pasted, but I feel like this cheap trick could work. We just need to sort of cut these people out. Then we'll have to also manually edit the the values and the levels on this, but it's a good start. And just slightly edit this in a way that doesn't break people too much. Just a very small touch, but we want the end of the cue, obviously, to be going the right way. Okay. That broke the googly eyes, but don't worry. Hold on, I got a funnier thing for googly eyes. They're just out in the distance here. They're going towards them. The big googs in the sky. Mayhaps an apparition by Google itself. A song that never ends is analogous to what's happening to humanity here. It is, if this ever gets adapted to an audio-visual format, I feel like you could have a lot of fun with creepy songs. I'll get in touch with my agent. Can we get Morgan Freeman to narrate? Yes, that will be the biggest condition. I will only sign the audiovisual rights of the Fractal series away if Morgan Freeman is involved in some way. Okay, but this like duplication of the queue is working pretty well. And we can keep it going. We can just do this endlessly. Nobody will tell you this, but you can actually just cheat as much as you want. Cheating is fine and fun. Okay, they need to be a little blurrier, I guess. They need to match these on the left. Wait, here. That's pretty much it. And this one is 2.5. So this one should be a little higher. I would hate for a pattern to repeat on the Fractal series, no less. You'd want an Orson Welles impersonator? I would settle for that too, yes. Okay, we're gonna do a few little corrections. Remove like recognizable duplicate elements, I think would be good. Like, this guy has a hat. Well, in this variation, he don't. This guy with the pink shirts. Well, in this variation, it is now a green shirt. Why not? And doing these little things can break up the pattern a bit. And we don't need to do a ton, just enough. At the end of the day, a lot of this would get blurred away, but the patterns are still visible sometimes. The thing that stands out the most to me, I think, is this woman with the red shawl. And I feel like we can change that just with colors as well. We can just turn it gray. I think shawl is the right word, right? I don't know clothing names in English. Fractal in Spanish? Well, this one's gonna blow your mind. Here's how you say fractal in Spanish. Fractal. You chose an easy one for me. I'll give you another free one, because that one was too easy. We were doing bugs the other day, and Suzo says more bugs. So let's see. A spider is una araña. With the ñ. Remember, it's not an N. Jalapeno. No. No. I will hurt you if you say that. Jalapeño. I'm okay if you don't say the ch sound. That's hard. But the ñ sounds like ña. Araña. Jalapenos. People will say that. And it makes me go insane. I think we cut off this guy's head a bit too much. Yep. I'm sorry for your bald head, man. Let me give it back to you. say the J as a J sound. Say jalapeno. I've never heard of that. I've heard people doing it like an H sound. But that's amazing if people will do that. Jalapeno! God, Bean is too far away to be properly captured. He's escaping the camera. Fractal Bill? Let's see. I knew it would be a Serpinski triangle! That's great. I love how we figured out the eye. Fractal Bill. I shall save this. That's going to the fridge. Oh, my camera has moved. I guess because I was trying to move Bean Cam. Bean Cam kind of pushed it. They're all next to each other right now. Oh yeah. Sana sana colita de rana. No, no colita. Culito. Don't let it... Don't get it twisted. No, it depends. It depends on who says it, but depending on the area, some people will say sana sana colita de rana, which means a frog's tail. But where I grew up, it said culito de rana, which means frog's ass. And I think that's just much better. One day, when your family friend asked me to edit their family photo so their dad's bald head wasn't as shiny, I sent them a bunch with fake hair. That's great, Suzo. You say Colita in South Texas? Yeah, I think it's it varies pretty much from country to country, the way it's said, but you could probably do one of those fun maps of how people say it, because it's probably like there's probably patches of colita and patches of culito like all over Latin America. Okay, we got the queue working, I believe. Picture's a bit gloomy. We're gonna ungloom it a bit later, because we need it to be pretty colorful for the end product. But I guess we'll have the colors, but a bit toned down to go with this snowy vibe. Also, yeah, these people need shadows. So what I'm gonna do, the lazy way, is just to bring back some of their own background, because it's still pavements. Maybe a little bit less shiny and stuff, but still pavements. And it comes with their own shadows included. So instead of drawing them, you can just pick the real ones. And then I'll just edit the pavements to match the other. So a little bit of lights and a little bit of color, and that should be that, honestly. It's not that much of a difference. That way we sort of got the baked in shadows. And we can sort of combine them a bit so we still get some of the texture from the other photo. And we're pretty much good. For the ones in the front, I think it's going to be a little harder. We can do just a little bit of shadow. And we can do some levels on the front ones. Yeah, there we go. Just to match everything, the tone. The background here is really dark. Kind of a problem because it's mixing in with people's heads and we don't really get a good view of the queue. So let's see, maybe with a little bit of soft light. I'm sorry I startled you, Bean. Yeah, maybe just a little bit of soft lights. Just enough to get a good silhouette out of this. DDD, yeah. Every time I hit one of these buttons, Bean just feels it and gets a little bit startled. I'm so sorry, Bean. Don't want to bother you. Okay, now we need to do two main things, which are bringing, or making these guys be bringing beams and other materials, and putting the mega structure in the background. We could say it's the same mega structure as this, and just have like a Sierpinski corner there in the back, because that would be pretty recognizable as far as fractal structures go. We don't get to see a lot of it, and it is in the fog. So we basically get a silhouette for it. So let's see. Let me just put on the structure, find one of the base pictures for it. We can make our own, of course. We can just render a bunch of different variations, but... Oh wait, how is it that dark? Oh, I didn't bring any of the adjustments. That should do. Still pretty dark. Could be like a corner of this, for example. Okay, let me just make a group for the fractal, and we're going to obviously limit it to this part of the background and only like the white bits of it. And that way we can sort of get a better idea. Oh, I think Bean is twitching in his sleep. Or in Spanish. Let's see. What else do we have? Another bug, right? Another bug. We're doing 100% Spanish bug speedrun. We had on cockroach, right? Cockroach is funny because it actually the English word cockroach comes from Spanish, but it's been scuffed in a really funny way. So you got cook Roach comes from the Spanish word cucaracha. So since English people, or American people, whoever it was that took it, they couldn't pronounce it very well. They straight up just took two other like animal names, cock and roach, which is I think a type of fish, and they just smashed them together and said like, okay, this sounds similar enough. But it comes from cucaracha. So now you know. Ran out of tea already. God damn it. Bean. Hi. Hi to you as well. Meow. Indeed. He had a lot to say right now. You guys hear that? Yeah. He just woke up and started screaming. Meow. So much to say. So many words in your brain. He's making bird sounds right now. Sometimes I think he believes he's a pigeon. He starts cooing. Jump up. Yeah. Ouch. There he goes. I love him so much. You just wanted some attention, didn't you? Yeah, of course. You always get it. I'm wiggling him. He tried to bite my cable, but I ignored it, and that usually keeps him away from it. Okay, which bit of the fractal could we use? Definitely one of the ones that are closer to the ground here. It's sort of cut off here, but there is more. The render has more. So we could use another bit. You know, I would sort of like for a corner of the fractal to poke out into the street. Like this is just the start of the fractal megastructure. He'll destroy them if I let him. He doesn't seem to bite them really hard. I think he only learned to bite cables because he would get a lot of attention if he did. Because, you know, we would have to stop him. So the play here is to, as long as he's not like very insistent on a cable, as long as he just seems to be seeking attention, you just sort of ignore it and he'll stop. And you can give him attention other ways. Right, Bean? Because I know you want really large doses of love and attention. He needs them to survive. As we all do. But Bean needs an extremely large dose of love in his diets. He's a really loving buddy. Yes. Look at him. Ooh, yeah. But it's okay, because he gives you back all the love you give him. Right, Bean? When just sent a link from chinchillas.com. Just another Spanish word, chinchilla. It's another diminutive, like ito. You have illo, or illa. So, that's actually, I wonder if it comes from that. Okay, so, this is just a theory, game theory, but again, as we've been saying these days, you can modify any Spanish word by adding a diminutive, like ita or ito. And there's a lot of variations of that diminutive. There's in or ina. There's ico or ica. There's illo. Illa. Okay, that's just one variation. They all mean the same thing, small. There's ete, we also said that. Okay, so they all mean small. Un gato, un gatito. Or un gatillo, but that doesn't sound right. So gato is gatito. Or gatín. Or gatete as well. But yeah, chinche means bedbug. Sort of means bedbugs and that general family of shield bugs and stuff. They're all chinches, the ones that stink, generally. So, somebody, this is my theory, maybe comes from it has a different origin, but someone took una chinche, which is feminine, and added a diminutive, illa, and we got the chinchilla. I did one out too many. Maybe. I don't know if that's the origin, but I mean. You call them chinch bugs? Never heard that. Wow, Royal Imperial Angora Chinchilla. Look at this ball of fluff. Love them. Okay, idea. What if the fractal is kind of poking out between the buildings and the street? I feel like they would just build it wherever. Okay, and obviously the fractal needs to be below the queue. Hey, Rakut. Oh, okay. So Tsinsila doesn't come from Little Tsinche. Doesn't come from Little Bedbug. It is possibly borrowed from Aymara, which is a language from the Andes. So that disproves my theory. Is everyone winter prep going? I will switch my shorts for jeans occasionally. That's all the winter prep I need to do. No, wait, I'll let these go over this building. Yeah, why not? Okay, this bit of the fractal will go behind the building. Trying to figure this out. Because there's different depths of fractals here. There's these ones which are closer to the foreground, and there's these ones further back. Also, there's bean-haired man nose once again. Who could have guessed? You got a chinchilla? I have a jar designed for shed fur. It's pretty cool. Should get a jar of bean fur. I should get something to just get all this shed. All the shed hairs out. Because I do have a brush, but it doesn't really get a lot of them. It's one of those like small metal brushes. Feels like it was made more for dogs. Bean's hair is too thin. And it doesn't really get picked up. So I end up doing it with my hands. I will just like start like petting him aggressively, not in a bad way. He loves it. He purrs all the way through. But when he's lying down on the floor, I'll just start doing this with my hands, and I'll get him a little bit like wet before, like I'll just slightly humid. Or start doing this, and you get so much hair. That's the best way I've been able to remove it, but I know there's like some specialized, not quite brushes, but something similar. That some like plastic plastic material, I think. Equigroomer. Is that I think that's the one I was thinking about, yeah. Equigroomer. That's the stuff. Yes. I need one of those. But I searched it recently when I went to get some of Bean's food and stuff to the pet store. I looked for it there and they didn't have any. I don't know if they were just out of stock. If they just don't stock it. Next time I go get food, I'll probably get an Equigroomer, or however you pronounce that. Thank you for the safe reminder. Should we widen the street? Kind of getting this feeling. Oh, it's also PSB. God damn it. No, we got so many pictures we didn't use. That's why. Okay. Now it should definitely be small enough. Yeah, maybe I'll widen the street so we can get a little bit more fractal on the side here. I don't really care about these buildings. I could do away with them. So I could straight up take a copy of the streets. This one I'm just gonna simplify. There we go. Take a copy of the street and move it here. Oh, here. I think I went too high. Yeah, that makes more sense. We need to remove those cars and maybe find a way to mix these two pictures together because the street is slightly different. Actually, that works fairly well. I just need to remove this bit of car, I think. Okay, I did have this, which remove a bunch of cars. Not all of them, but it helps. Julie set in the slush. I don't think that would be too visible. This level of quality here, but we're gonna add some little patterns, like the reflective patterns that the Fractal always has. I'm gonna add some of those for sure. I think. Okay, maybe I can take the bit of road that's close by, make a copy of it, and make it way smaller. So it's like way more out in the distance. And do the same thing we did with the queue, just push these cars away and away, so we don't really see them. That's the idea, at least. We're pretty close to being there. You just need to blur that so it feels further away. And then we manually remove the rest. Let me get rid of the fractal for a sec. Oh yeah, there's also the problem of this. Oops. Why is this copied twice? Probably copied it without realizing. Okay, so since we made the white void here much bigger, we need to, you know, smash these together until we get a much bigger white void, essentially. There's some like cables, which I'm gonna remove because that's just gonna be an annoyance more than anything. And we got the top of a bus, it looks like. Not sure. Yeah, we get this ugly horizon, which I think I'm just gonna cover with some fog. Okay, that more or less does the trick. Feels like more like an empty street now. And there's a bit of a car here, but it's hard to see, so I don't think it matters too much. So now we do actually have space for our big old fractal in the background. And we're gonna let it go over here. And now I can actually move it around, and, you know, maybe we'll find a different spot that's better. build this fractal on rock and roll. Hell yeah, brother. What if I flip it and sort of gets this corner? What if I also make it way bigger? So we're just getting a much smaller chunk of it. To just really impress the size of it. Fractalize signature? I don't know how you fractalize on a signature. Okay, so something we gotta do is make the bits, these darker bits of the fractal that are literally further away, just like push those into the mist a lot more. That's me. Hi. Hello. What you doing there? It's like, where's Bean? And suddenly appears, spawns into existence right below me. Oh, there's some funky stuff going on here. There's like several layers of the fractal, but I guess it just looks like that. Yes, it does. It's a little weird to deal with. You can't really zoom into a fractal. It's true. It's always sort of going to be the same size. You did get me there. Also, I can see a bean hair on my nose. I think I got it out. It's just hard to look at something on your nose. Omnia Veritas, thank you for the follow. So this, I guess I haven't mentioned it, but it should be pretty obvious that we're looking at a Sierpinski pyramid, which is the pyramid version of the Sierpinski triangle. Very simply. Yeah, this is gonna need to be a lot blurrier. From Puerto Rico. Hi. Hola. Okay, so let's do big old Gaussian blur. Will that be enough? Guess we'll see. I need to add it to the other more detailed views. There we go. And we need to add a color. Add a little bit of blue. Oh, is that not working? Oh, I wasn't an eraser for some reason. There we go. That is more like it. Why can't you brag about your stream streak? It's something Twitch added. I don't know. I feel like last year or something. Late last year or early this year. Gonna do something here. I am gonna convert to layers. It doesn't work. Hold on. Convert to layers, please. There it is. Okay, so it's gonna need more Gaussian blur. So then I can use this layer to essentially add some depth by adding bright spots on the surface of the fractal. And honestly, I think it could be darker, because this building is dark. Be a little darker, I feel like. Especially the parts that are closer to us. It's a really fine balance. Okay, that's getting somewhere. I think we need... Yeah, we just need to have the people bring in bits of metal to really feel like, you know, they're all building the fractal together. They're contributing. So let's work on the queue once again, which is right here. And especially towards the front of the queue. And let's search for maybe beam. Not like laser beams. Like metal ones, please. Yeah, let's see if we can find one that's... Oh look, the Fractal Church! That's the church we used for the Fractal Communion. Yeah, we got a lot of beams attached to stuff, but I want to see like a metal beam that's just... Let me look for metal beam. I-beam? Is that what you call these? Look here, some. It's great. So is everyone taking a piece and then waiting in line to put it down, or are they passing pieces along like water bucket? I was thinking like they're actually getting in line and bringing it themselves as sort of like semi-ritualistic thing. It would be more practical to do the other thing of like passing it along, but it feels like more ritualistic if it's literally brought in person. Oh shit. Well, I can continue here. Not a big loss. Okay, we got one beam. Making big progress. Beam by beam. Nice. I-beam or structural beam? That would be more correct, but I don't know if stock sites will like that. Stock sites don't work on regular logic. If you add more words, it actually makes the search worse. Weird Al Yankovic should cover Hot to Go on his upcoming tour. I don't know what anything of this means. I know who Weird Al is. I don't think I've ever listened to his music though. Sounds like a fun character though. I'm sorry for you, bald guy, but your face is gonna get covered. Because I don't want people. I prefer people in these to be like sort of faceless. Chapel Rowan. Oh yeah, everyone's talking about that. I don't know. I don't like pop music too much. I've listened to like 1 or 2 songs. And I was like, that's not for me. I'm not a big pop head. Weird Al is an enigma. He's a scrunkly guy. He does seem fun. He just covers music, right? He just like funny covers of music. Beam gets the googly eyes. No, the googlies got transplanted to the sky. Actually, wait. Now the googlies have a place to be. Now the googlies are on the fractal. Finally. Combined. Entwined. Plays accordion and parodies top 40 hits. Medleys in the polka style. Hell yeah, the Plant vs. Zombies music. Great soundtrack, honestly. Okay. Good thing is beams have 2 sides, so we can actually use them twice. Which is a really good life hack. canonically got married to Pinkie Pie and My Little Pony. What? Did you like play your character in My Little Pony? Had a kid with her? So funny. Yeah, Beans with an M, yes. Bean is sleeping on the floor right now, away from the camera's gazing eye. Where he's there. He's hanging out. Okay, maybe another kind of bean. I can only think of beans. Beams are all there is on my mind right now. I don't know, what other construction material could people be bringing in manually? It should be metal, specifically, because I also thought of, like, wood, but I don't think it would match the vibe of those mega structures. They need to be made out of metal. He had a pony Sona who performed at parties. I love the concept of a pony Sona for, like, just a random celebrity. Yeah, I have a pony Sona. A pony called Cheese Sandwich. And Enemies to Lovers arc. Oh yeah, corrugated metal sheets. Could be a good one. Gordon Ramsay was also an MLP. Had weird cameos. You signed an art piece with I Stole Your Waifu? Ooh, Weird Al? That's actually fantastic, I love that. This guy's just holding his beam like baby. There was a pony called Featherbangs. It was based on Justin Bieber. I'm not making this up. It's not played by him, just based on. It's very strange. Tried to leave and go to sleep, but then a muscle somewhere in your shoulder started twitching. Oh no. You need to get the shoulder massage that got me banned from Twitch. Okay, metal pipes. Let's see if we got any metal pipes on our picture. Wait. Okay. I destroyed the picture. I cut it up into little bits and forgot to keep the original. Whoops. Where's the metal beam? Is it up here? Oh, it's right up here. Just scrolled past it. Sweetly Sinistra, thank you for the follow. Watch thine streams or suffer arm pain. I mean, when your face cam was covering a vagina. Oh my god, yeah, that was a really close call. It was right after I got banned too, if I recall correctly. And I do a very innocent search on Wikimedia. I don't know exactly what the search was for. Googly eyes. I don't recall what the search was for, but all of a sudden there is a straight up vagina in the results. And I'm like, oh shit, I quickly close it. I'm like waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm like, I know it's gonna happen. I'm gonna get banned because if a bot caught it and nothing happens. I'm like, oh, maybe I just got lucky. Then I checked the VOD after the stream. So the vagina picture was literally like right behind me, like here. Like imagine it like just being slightly lower than this, being covered by my camera. I got extremely lucky. I think someone clipped it. I probably posted. I think I posted it when I discovered the VOD. I posted it on the Discord. I don't know if I'd be able to find that. How about googly eye metal pipe? Yeah, Wikimedia loves showing you dicks and pussies. Another streamer I follow had a dragon dong on his stream for a couple of minutes before he even noticed. Not a dragon dong. Was he fine? Did he get banned over it? Or suspended, you know? You've been considering making a YouTube channel to upload all my VODs. I got copies of a lot of my streams, but they're soundless and camera-less copies, because in case I want to use them for like time lapses. Oh, but I have discovered, I need to try this still. I've discovered that there is a potential possible method of doing time lapses on Photoshop where it doesn't zoom around, like it doesn't take the zoom into, it doesn't consider the zoom. So you just get the picture and all the strokes you're making and all the changes you're making, but it is on a static picture, which would be incredible for time lapses. It would make them so much more tolerable. But I need to figure it out. It's like a weird a Chinese plugin that is only in Chinese, that is like a random like a random GitHub or something, and it essentially lets you record like screenshots of your file over time. I don't know how compatible that would be streaming. I don't know. I would need to try it. It's just only a possibility. But it would be cool if that worked, because it would allow me to do much easier time lapses, and then instead of saving that fake version of the VOD with no camera, no sound, it would let me get a full VOD at each time. It was an anatomical drawing, and I had penis as part of it. Honestly, they probably got saved because it was a dragon dong, and the Twitch bots are probably not trained to look for dragon dongs. So that's probably the saving grace. Or maybe the anatomical drawing. The fact that it was more anatomical could have been the saving grace as well. Because usually, like, there is a non-zero amount of nudity shown in these streams, but it's usually like when I look for something historical and you'll get like old nude paintings, and it's, you know, or just it's this kind of like classic artistic nudity, and Twitch doesn't seem to mind those. Never seems to, like, I've been showing those for years, not like fully focusing on them, you know, but yeah, as I scroll by through results, they'll sometimes pop up. And I don't think Twitch has ever done anything about that. It's a reasonable stance, you know, like classic arts. It's not really something that people are going to use sexually, so. Lots of art programs can do that natively. Oh yeah, the Procreate, I think, has a really good function to create automatic time lapses, but Photoshop doesn't have that. Yeah, it would be really cool if they had a native way of creating time lapses. It would really help artists in general. Medibank can do it, basically screenshot it after every change in the canvas. I think that's what that plugin does. You need to essentially like set it to record before you start, so you gotta remember that. Oh, hi Bean. Hello, my boy. Oh yeah. Oh. But I guess it would be good to record streams on my end, like the full stream. If I could get that working for time lapses, getting the full recording on my computer, because that would, for example, the other day the stream crashed, and when I save the highlights, I have to save it in 3 highlights because the stream crashed twice. So instead of having like a single video for the full stream, we have like 3 videos, which is so cumbersome. So, Bean, I love you. So yeah, having it locally, I could just really quickly put it in a video editor and stitch them together and upload that to Twitch. So you can also upload videos to Twitch. I don't really tell you this, but you can. Hello. He needs some love. Little dose of love. And chin scratches. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Look at his fangs. His teeth. You can have OBS record a second screen. You could also do that in Photoshop. So you could take, theoretically, I think it's like a window, new window for this, right? So we get a second window for the same edits. You put that somewhere else, let's say in a second screen or something, where it doesn't bother you. And this will never get zoomed in. It's just, if I can move around on the other one, or like I'm gonna show you. Hold on, me. I'm gonna show you by moving around on this. It doesn't affect the other one, right? So the moving and the zooming and the rotating doesn't happen on this frame, or even if you flip it, right? So you could have OBS recording the one you're not touching and use that as a time lapse as well. But I simply just don't have space, and also I'm doing a stream while I do it. So if I wasn't streaming, I would do that. It's a much simpler option than using a plugin. But I want something that I can do while streaming that isn't too cumbersome, you know? Have a good night, DJ, and when happy times then to you. Oh, Bean, you are once again sitting on my tablets.
Also download more RAM.
I got like 64 gigs. I think that's enough. Okay, Bean. You wanna hop on, maybe? That way you get hugs. Come on. No? You are. He's hard to convince sometimes. Wiggle the boy. Okay, metal pipe. Let's get a second metal pipe. Which I am just gonna simplify like this. And we'll put that back here. Let's give it to the child. Child with metal pipe. Mad Mind Maniac. Thank you for the follow. Right, this gotta be blurry. And a bit smaller too. Give your children metal pipes. They love it. The best toy for a growing child. I was a child. I only had metal pipes to play with. I turned out all right. Very nutritious too. Indeed. The googly eyes are now floating. Beautiful. Okay, let's see what we got. We need to add a lot more beams and construction material. Or is this already enough to imply what we want to imply here? Bean, you're purring in my ear. It's so cute. I love you so much. Oh yeah. Oh, the good stuff. The good scratches. Look at the face he does when I do this. The chin scratch, ultimate technique. Oh, he's trying to scratch himself. I think I tickled him. But you can see his little leg kind of moving up to scratch. Oh, don't worry. I won't tickle you. I won't tickle you, dude. Oh, tickled you. Yeah, sorry. Somehow became 1 in the morning. You have a good night, Trash. It's currently 6 in the morning for me. Live for 3 hours. Let's see if I can finish this night. I would like to. That way I would have no excuse to just have that part of the Fractal series posted once and for all and just continue Fractal series. People are clamoring. Clamoring at the gates for more Fractal. God, Bean. Your hair. Don't know how you do it. It literally gets everywhere, Bean. And that's okay. Don't hit me with your tail. Hey! Rude. He slapped him with his tail. Slapped him with the tail. He's like moving in for the slap. Look at this. I got it caught on video. He's trying to slap me with the tail. What you gonna do with that? Careful. Don't whip me. Don't whip me. Don't whip me. He's trying for the. He's going for the kill. What? Don't you whip me. He's attacking me. Criminal at work right here.
How dare you not appreciate the bounty of the bean fibers and the gentle caress of his appendage?
The gentle caress of his tail is putting a bunch of hair, literally throwing hair into my beard, which I then breathe in, and it's really, really tickling. It's the worst. It's still worth it, obviously. But bean hair everywhere. Like it's up here, just got a few. And the problem is if my hand is full of bean hair, every time I remove some, I add others. Should have some kind of bean hair towel I could wipe my face with every time this guy gets on top of my shoulders. Isn't that right, Bean? Yeah, it is a skill issue on my hand. It's water, Bean. Do you want some? It's literally just water. It's like, can I have some? You want some water? I won't put it on, like, I don't think I can pour it without pouring it all over myself, dude. I don't think I can get this water. Oh, he probably wants to get his own, though. You get thirsty? Oh, do you want to do art, perhaps? He's looking at my pen like he wants to do arts. Oh, the headbutt.
Less vertical.
So much hair. Just got a bunch of it. Oh, bye, Bean. He's out on his bean adventure. Okay, should we add more materials? Are we good on materials? Actually center this a bit. I'm gonna do something because this door kind of bothers me. I'm actually gonna take everything. I'm gonna make sure that, first of all, that all the layer masks are attached. Because that could be annoying if they aren't. Okay, that looks good.
You could rebar.
Rebar. I like the little pieces of rebar. Hold on. I messed up. This beam. Oh, it was separated. that goes here, here. I'm actually not sure. Oh, and this one got separated as well. God dang it. Okay, now please don't move beams. Not you, beam. You're good. That structure is approved by nobody. Or by everybody, I guess. The whole world is building this, so... I guess that includes OSHA, or whatever, governments, regulatory body who do this. Oh yeah, should we remove this water bottle? Hey, Bean. Shh. Don't touch that. What are you biting? Is that one of your toys? Hold on. You should get one of your toys to bite. Like... one. There we go. Bring in handrails to that structure for safety. Now, who cares about handrails? Fractal, baby. What was that scream, Bean? Just the shortest little... Okay, this water bottle. Who cares about hydration? We're building a fucking fractal. I do care about hydration, by the way, and this is your reminder to hydrate. Drink some water, like I just did. Oh, thank you, Bean. I threw the... I threw the toy to Bean, the hair tie, and he brought it back. Like a good boy. Yeah, good boy. That keeps him distracted from doing actual evil. Like cable biting. Okay, Bean. It's gonna go back there, okay? Pay attention. Pay attention. Okay. Follow me. Follow me. Yep. There you go. It's like right at the corner of the camera. Right there. Bean is thinking about it. I don't know if he's gonna pick it up. He got distracted by something else. God damn it. Bean. We were trying to avoid that. Hold on. I gotta wipe my screen. I touched it, and I'm very, very annoying about screens being touched. You get some Verners? What is that? Kind of like how in the glitch series, it's kind of implied that the text on speed limit sign is directly tied to the laws of physics and change accordingly. Exactly. Bean. No cables. Look at this instead. Yeah, there you go. So, water bottle. Getting distracted. Okay, it's on this layer, right? Yes. So, what if we use a little bit of this hand? She's a bit too big, obviously. It's from a different person. But since, you know, we don't really have a hand here, it can work. We can maybe remove the ring to just, in case people notice, oh, this hand is duplicated. I don't think they will, but we can easily remove that ring with a bit of clone stamping. And the hand is really the hard part here. Now we have that. We can use old chunks from people's pants and stuff to just fill in the gaps. Fill in the blanks. You know the fangs curing your teeth for too long? Like vampire fangs? Now they won't come off? Well, I guess you're a vampire now. Welcome to the club. There's blood and other beverages in the corner. Make yourself comfortable. Hope you said your goodbyes to the sun. You're able to pop them out. Dang it. Thought I could finally get a club started. Okay, that's good. We got rid of the water. There's a little bit of water here as well, but we're just gonna ignore it. By ignore it, I mean straight up crop it out of the photo. Bye. Yeah. How about that more zoomed in version? This bit in the back, these guys, you guys should be more blurry, which I mean blurrier. Yeah, it's better. We are getting there. We now need to match the color of the fractals. This, not this, sorry. This. Each part of the Fractal series is, you know, they all have like a same iridescent-ish color palettes, but for each part of the series, I try to have them be like slightly different, but consistent over each part of the series. So if we just go here, for example, this one uses way stronger colors and uses these deep blues and pinks. This one, for example, uses way like lighter, like lower contrasts, purples and oranges. This one's just pink and blue, low contrast. No, it's slowly like it gets higher contrast as the series goes, but it rotates through a few different colors. So it's not like always the same color necessarily. It's a sort of a range of colors that includes some like, you know, sometimes some warm tones. And what we're doing here is we're going to imitate this one and this one. So we have these light blues and we got these hot pinks, essentially, with some little bit of greens maybe on the corners. We need to figure out how exactly to do that. Because, like, if I recall correctly, this one started already pretty much like this. So then adding the rest of the colors wasn't that hard. Let's see Fractal Megastructure 2. Alright. how did I approximate that? Because we got a pretty gray photo to start with. We did add a bit of color balance to the foreground just to make it bluer. Nothing too huge, and most of the work was actually done on camera raw filter. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring that layer with the filter. I'm gonna bring it on here. And then we'll try to imitate that filter. I'm not gonna close that yet. I guess I'll keep it open. So we copy over the smart filters completely. Okay, and that's what we got if we use the exact same filter as this. Very, very blue. So I'm thinking probably the balance here needs to be tweaked. Yeah, if we tweak it, we can get it to something a lot pinker. Thank you for the save reminder. As soon as I leave this menu. Okay, should we go really dark for the buildings here to contrast with the really bright sky out in the fractal here? Which kind of makes it look like they're walking towards the lights and has a semi-religious vibe. Honestly, the background is already so dark in the base image. It's kind of bothering me. What if I change the levels and just brighten that quite a bit? Oof. It's not great. We don't have a ton of contrast. But it is a bit better. Oh, see you, Chaos. Have a good time zone. Save and now go to bed. Oh yeah, PSB. I wonder why it's that big. There's probably one layer getting in the middle, as usually happens. Oh, it's possibly the fractal, if I were to guess. Does that change anything? No, actually no, it's not the fractal. Okay, we reduce the size a little bit. That should hopefully be a bit better to save. Okay, if we apply the same filter again, we got a little bit more detail in the background. Still nothing like incredible, but it's better. Oh yeah, let's also add some iridescence. Maybe some like bubbly, soapy textures. Could be good. Let's see what I got. Okay, this is good. Very soapy. I think it's just a macro shot of a bubble, actually. Soap bubble, obviously. So, let's see if that works on the street itself. Overlay. Color. Some hard lights. Pink ground. Hard light is too hard. Maybe some soft overlay or something. Also out in the background, could add a little bit of these just to the fractal. And the white in the back. Something subtle, like that. Now, let's see what that actually looks like. It added some weird colors. Let's tweak the camera filter. Maybe something generally bluer. So many bangers on the playlist. Oh yeah, this one's great. Most remixes or covers of Gerudo Valley are great. It's a good song. Okay, that's better. Not sure about this. Okay, I think the thing that bothers me the most is this corner of the image. It's simply just a blob. There's nothing going on here, and it's just... it's bothering me. It's like a dark nothing. It's an entire chunk of the image. There's no meaning. So, I don't know what I could do. Maybe copy over some... oh, okay. I can see this. Okay, so I can take this little chunk here, just as a brighter part of the same image, and skew it like this. So it more or less fits. Take that. Fractal only affects biological stuff? Not really. It can affect anything. Oh, we don't want that street light. Nope. It can affect anything. The only thing, the only condition is that it changes things at the natural rate that they would grow at. So something like a rock would only get fractalized visibly at the rate a rock would change. So maybe as it rolled down the river, a stone would become fractal. Or, you know, a mountain, as it gets eroded, would become fractal. Or as a new mountain appears through like a volcanic eruption, that would be fractal. Yeah, things that can only become fractal at the rates that they can change. So biological things, they can just start growing, and you can push that much faster. Okay, so this is a little better, but still a blob. So still not convinced here. Just not enough detail. It affects weather, yeah. Because weather changes quickly, so obviously like clouds forming, they would form into fractals really quickly. I think we need a new building to put in here. So let's see. We threw out all the pictures we had from before, which is annoying, except for this one for some reason. Which I kind of forgot. So let's see. Let's look for street again, and let's specifically look for a street that has a similar focus, similar perspective. Oh, like this one. Actually, we chose this one at first. And yeah, we can just try to mix that in a little bit with the base photo and see if we more or less fit in. Let's see. The weather's very different in both photos. But hopefully that won't matter too much. What if I apply this as a texture? Maybe that would be crazy. Not that crazy. Okay, so the perspective isn't perfect. I'll do this Photoshop. Please show me what the hell you're changing. It really does that. I have so many allergies. Celery, cilantro, soy, bananas, avocados. I have so many. I am the allergy. Oh, soy allergy. Oh my god. Lilith. Your pawn game is out of control. Someone needs to stop them. See, okay, this gets us more detail. It's kind of a weird way of doing that. But applying it as a texture makes it match the background really quickly. And just gets a little bit of something, a little bit of detail there. We'll see how that gets crushed once we apply the filters. It's way better. It stops being as much of a blob. It's still blobby, but not in a way that bothers me as much. Making international puns now. Someone needs to stop you. I'm starting to see this come together. Sort of foggy vibe is something I think is working pretty well. And maybe I want to expand that a little bit to the left. So the street just gets like progressively brighter and brighter as we approach the fractal out in the distance. Let's see how that works. Okay, which is the correct one? This. Let's delete the other so we don't get confused. Oh yeah, where should I sign this? That's important. Oh, that's way better. Okay, it's coming along. It's coming together. Maybe I want to darken a bit of the streets as we're going out into the fractal, just to get that effect. Oh yeah, and signatures. I have an idea for a signature. Let me know if this is too crazy. We go to one of these beams. I don't know which one this is. This here. You see how it has the eye, the H shape there? I think that's what they're called, I-beams. Correct me if I'm wrong. That is pretty close to my signature. What if, y'all? What if we just did this? Maybe I need to move this down first. Forget I-beams. Say hi to Val beams. Okay, thoughts? Is this anything? Am I cooking? Am I cooking with the Val beams? Or is that hard to see as my signature? It doesn't have the tips coming out like on the sides, but I don't think that would work. Could at most do a little nub. Little nubbin that comes out of the side. But then how does that look in 3 dimensions? Do we need to make a hole? That would be too much effort for sure. But why not? There we go. That's something, isn't it? Sure, it's not a standard type of beam, but they're building a fractal. Needed special beams with my signature on it. I'm winning, I'm winning. Okay. Putting it all together. We got the road levels are a little bit better. I feel like the hairs here are too dark. Probably need to brighten that, darken this a little bit. Just balance that out. Vabim, exactly. That's better contrast in the foreground. What about the color mixer here? It's doing some weird things. The blues. Yeah, it's changing the purple hues a lot. And the blue hues. We're essentially just injecting like a ton of color into a very gray image. Like this is the base we're working with. The only color I added in is this. It's not a very saturated image. And I don't know if we want it to be super saturated. It'd probably be a bit more gray than the others, but to match the others, it still needs to be more than this, definitely. Alright. What do we have here? Compared to before, got a much nicer color. How much did we blur it here? 1.9. Yeah, we didn't blur it that much at the start, but the image itself was just really blurry, so it doesn't matter how much we blur, like up to like 5 or something, which is pretty crazy. Because our base image was super blurry, so it's not like we could do a ton with it. It was snowy and stuff, so it makes sense. But yeah, I'm gonna try to recover a little bit of detail. Not this. Yeah, so at the end of the day, we're going to end up with a decently blurry picture. That's something we got to deal with. I'm fine with that. Something I might do is before the camera raw filter takes effect, I'm going to go to neural filters, and we're going to do the blur one, the depth blur one. Let's see how well it selects the depth. Honestly, pretty good. That's pretty good. Like, this is Photoshop's estimation of depth. This is a machine learning thing. That's a pretty good estimation, I would say. So what I'm going to use this for is to add a little blur as we go further back, which should help bring some elements together, like this sign here, which was kind of bothering me. Like, just bring it together with the fractal and everything else. And try some haze. The haze is just essentially adding a sort of mist to the background, which we can give color to. So we're actually going to make that haze a bit pink and a little bit blue. And that's pretty good. Okay. Oh shit, no, I made it output to new layer. I don't want that. Let's repeat that neural filter. Hopefully it saved the sentence. I don't think it did. It didn't. Oh, that's evil. Okay, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm normal. I'm gonna redo the same thing, and hopefully it'll give us the same effects. I think it was more or less like this. Let's see. Can you give me before and after? Smart filter, please. Not giving me the before, but sure, we'll just trust that we did it. Let's see. Oh, of course we can't. It wasn't showing us shit because we had the other layer on top here. That's why I wasn't seeing the effects. I was like just adding blue just to see what it did. What a dummy. Okay, less haze. A bit less blur. And less blue. More pink, please. That's more what we had in mind. And then we added the camera filter on top of that. The one we already had. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay. It's definitely way too much. Compared to before. Obviously now we had a lot more color to start from for the camera filter, so it just brought that all the way to 11. Delicious fractals. Yummy. How you doing, Delph? Okay, I think if we reduce the saturation, that'll really help us here. That's what we got as a base from the depth filter. So we can actually reduce some of that grain, I feel like. How about that vignette? No, vignette is fine. Can increase clarity slightly. So we already added haze, so we don't need to use the haze filter. That's bringing us there. It's the limits of the tropical storm. Oh no. This US South is going through it right now. Let's see. Are you staying safe there? Is it like the tornado kind of storm or the hurricane kind of storm? Don't know which area you're in. Okay, let's compare this to the other two we got. Again with the PSB. This document has something annoying to it. There is one layer I have not identified yet, I guess, which is really messing with things. So not that one. Got some crazy hurricanes. Oh damn. I hope everyone's safe through that. That sounds really scary. It's not something I've ever experienced. We live in a really mild area in terms of natural disasters. We're lucky. Actually, when going to Japan soon, I'm slightly worried about. I know they're very common there, and everything's prepared for that. But I know earthquakes are really common. It slightly scares me because I've never experienced an earthquake. I know my sister lived there for a year, and she was like, "Yeah, earthquakes are really normal, and it'll just shake around a bit." Sister's family had to evacuate from Florida. They're at a casino in another state. That's wild. Oh shit, this is broken. God dang it. You don't have any hugely crazy disasters here either. You have some perpetual underground volcanoes that could just pop. Creepy. That's creepy. What's that? What's that area, Priscilla? Where do you got the crazy volcanoes? Been in about a dozen earthquake. But you never felt an earthquake? Interesting. So they were really small, where they were while you were sleeping? Didn't wake you up? Starting to think this beam here specifically straight up hates me. Because this layer mask keeps breaking. That should do it, I hope. Talking about beams. Hey beam. Close enough. Close enough to a beam. New Zealand. Whole country's on the fault line. Yeah. I also live in a volcanic area, but not in a volcanic island within that area, if that makes sense. In the Canary Islands, obviously there are volcanic islands, similar to Hawaii, you're probably more familiar. And there was an eruption, the last one was in was it exactly 3 years ago now, because there was the anniversary for it the other day, in a few islands over in La Palma. There was a really recent volcano that popped up in a very populated area. It was really scary. Everyone was like, nobody died, but a lot of people lost their houses. But yeah, the island I'm on, Gran Canaria, has not had any volcanic activity in a very long time. Don't know when the last recorded eruption was, but it is pretty quiet. Been so many close encounters with tornadoes you lost count. That's scary. People in the same house as you are like, wow, did you feel that earthquake? And I just never have. You're just immune. You are literally unshakable. How does that feel? You're a victim of the Texas snowstorm. You possibly almost died. That's pretty, you didn't, but that is pretty sweet. Not dying is always a pretty cool thing to happen. Or not happen. Yeah, was that snowstorm that killed all the electricity because Texas was not prepared? I do recall that a few years ago. Okay, let's compare now that we got something. Let's compare. I feel like the color palette is not quite there yet. So the pinks, these pinks are really cold. And the blues need to be slightly colder as well. So I just need to tweak it a little bit, I think. Okay, I'm gonna keep the first one, which is kind of our baseline. Maybe keep it right next to me on the other screen so that I can adjust. Let's see. Let's get this right. Needs more summon. Yeah. Putting some summon up in this joint. Okay, so I think the color mixer here might help a lot. The blues, we're gonna push them left a little bit. That is much better. Yep, that's the tone. And then the pinks, which I think should be under the magentas here, or maybe the purples. Yeah, purple. A little bit like this, plus let's add to the highlights. Some hotness. Okay. Let's check before and after. Haven't changed the pinks that much, but we've changed the blues, I think, to a pretty good degree. I think the pinks are nearly there. The blues are quite good. Okay, let's change the balance a bit too. Bring the balance up to the pink. If we change the midtones. I think we might have gotten it. Quite. Too cold still. No power for like 4 or 5 days. It got super cold. That's creepy. Yeah, I think that's more like it. Alrighty, we got something going. We got our googly eyes. Hold on. Our googly eyes do not match anymore. But don't worry. Put it on luminosity mode. There we go. Beautiful. No, but I do think we got it. Finally we got our third picture of the fractal megastructure. I've been stuck in this mentally for so long. Finally, I have something on the page. It's not exactly the idea I had in mind. We had to like change it a bit. But we got it there, and that's what's important. And now finally, we're gonna put them all three together in a sort of a grid, I guess. So, already had that open. And the other one. Okay. Put them all. Beautiful. There we go. Put them all together. Again, a mood board. Gotta move this. Are they the same size? Yeah, more or less. Nice. I think the pinks can still be a little hotter, actually. But other than that, I think we got it pretty much spot on. And we finally got something like a third piece. Long time coming. Thank you, Zora. Gonna up the exposure or reduce the darkness and the black here. Make it a little bit lower contrast. It fits the others better. And, ooh, I think that's it. I think we just change the temperature till it gets a hotter pink. That is the vibe. Now the blues have kind of disappeared. So we need to find them, bring them back. Where are my blues? Bring back my blues, please. I think the pinks are winning too much. We need to push them back a little. Oh, that's the way. Hell yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Are we finally right on the money here? I feel like it, yeah. There's still some purples out there, but it doesn't bother me as much because this one also has a bit of purples, so. Thank you, Siphon. Bedridden by unknown disease. Scary. Might have been COVID. We already had caught COVID before and shrugged it off. Could very well have been COVID. The second time you get infected, for me, second time I got COVID, I was much worse than the first. First, I barely noticed it. Second, I was fucked up for an entire week. And I think it was simply, you know, your immune system recognizes it now, so it'll react much more violently to it. You're dragged to the depths of Overcooked 2 and Overwatch 2. You're playing every game that has over, that starts with over and finishes with 2. Incredible. I think those might be the only two, actually. Always have more pink? More pink? Okay, let's try more pink. I'll abide by your suggestions. Might have been the flu. Could have been the flu, of course. Don't be sorry for filling the chat. Do not worry. Okay, we can push it a little bit more towards salmon, but if we go further than that, we start getting yellows into the picture, which start messing with it too much, I think. Really fine balance that I'm doing with the colors here. Pretty hard to get it right. Okay, this one has a bit of orange. It matches, but it does match better. Okay. Can hit save. Call it done. But yeah, we got it. Next part of the Fractal series, complete. And a pretty hard one due to all the fractal rendering that I've had to do, all 3D fractals. Next one won't have any 3D rendering because, as I mentioned, the next part of the Fractal series, we have this kind of mock-up that I want to redo. It's going to be medical horror themed. So we're probably going to start with this, and redo this eye, maybe on a different face, I think. I think that might be like one of the limiting factors here. But yeah, we're gonna revisit throughout the next part of the Fractal series. We're gonna revisit people we've seen. Like, this is this person, and we're gonna see their advanced states. So it's not gonna be stated outright, but it's gonna be implied, right? That that the fucked up fractal people we're seeing are just like the continuation of what we've seen before. So yeah, nasty medical things for sure. We're probably going to be seeing this person too, Fractal Mouth, and see how their mouth is now entirely teeth. And we're going to be seeing, I think, possibly this person, and see their entire, like, the limbs, but to the max, to the point where it's like a ball of limbs around them or something. I don't know how far to go on that. I don't know exactly what the advanced state of this might look like. I do have a pretty good idea for the other two, so we'll see about that. Hopefully next week I got time to do another Fractal day, so we can continue working on this. Lackroom Frog, if that's how you say it. Thank you so much for the follow. Fractal, where are they now? Exactly. I like that. That might be the title of the stream. But yeah. This is is it the third? Yeah, this is the third stream this week. We're actually gonna be streaming up to Saturday this week. We're keeping the party going for 2 more streams if I can handle it, me and my sleep schedule. Tomorrow we're gonna be doing a free day, it's called. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing for free day, but free day is I'm going to take either one of the things we've talked about during the week that you guys have suggested, or a continuation to something else we've done during the week, and that'll be the topic of the stream. So it's going to be kind of surprise. I will figure it out, and a few hours before I'll be like, what am I going to do? And I'll figure it out. On Saturday, we're going to be doing gaming. We're going to be playing Spore, which we haven't played in a while, obviously. Haven't streamed in a while either. So it's going to be the first gaming stream in quite a bit. Oh, hello and goodbye, Cass. And thank you so much, Fog. Have you noted down ideas? Yeah, I do have a few noted down here that I'd like to... that we'll ponder upon. Spore Weevil. Yes, we gotta remember to do Spore Weevil. But yeah, that's gonna be 2 days from now. So yeah, we might also on the Spore day, if I get bored of Spore, because it's gonna be Space Stage. Space Stage is a little bit drawn out. I might glitch my way through it actually, if I figure out how to do some glitches. There's one that makes you indestructible, so it's like we can just race to the center of the galaxy. Speed run. Space Stage is really slow. We could cheat. Cheating is fun. We'll see. But yeah, if I get more Spore, if we finish it quickly, whatever else, we might play some UFO 50. I've been playing this a lot. It is a collection of old school style games for a fake console that never existed, and it's like, you know, you think a game that is a collection of 50 games, each of them would be kind of a mini game. No, each of them is like a full ass game. That some of them are really hard. They're like NES levels of hard sometimes, and yeah, quite a lot of fun to dig through that little library of games. So I might play that on Friday as well, or tomorrow. If tomorrow we do something simple, we might play some UFO 50 after. We're gonna manage to catch one of your art streams. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Glad you made it. Massive fan for a good while. Time zones finally align. Hell yeah. I usually stream around this hour, so hopefully you can catch me in later streams as well. Hope to see you whenever the time zones realign. Did Bean do any art today? No, but Bean has been really getting his brain gears turning. Also, hi, Laz. His brain gear's turning. It's been learning how to play fetch better and how to jump better. He is currently oh, behind me. Hi, Bean. Hello. But yeah, the art he did was learning. It happened in his brain. Okay, let me get Bean. Bean, be careful. I don't want to crush you with my chair. Oh, come over. Come on over. You're not making it easier. You're flopping on the ground. Look, yeah. There we go. He saw me come from him and he just did this. Belly up. Like, no, that's hard to pick you up like this, dude. Little kiss, little kiss. That one goes for chat. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much. For those who just came in here, you can see the fractal piece that we just did. Yeah, y'all, once again, thank you very much. I will see you again tomorrow for free day surprise. You won't know what it is until we start. I think that's pretty fun. Anyway, thank you so much, everybody. Have a good time zone and take care.